Greetings gamers and welcome to the first episode of Retro Raider of 2022. My name is Johnny Retro and guys, first things first, Happy New Year. I really wish an amazing 2022 for all of us guys because yeah, we really need a break from the last couple of years, so fingers crossed for 2022. And yeah, a brand new year starts here on the Retro Raider show. So I want to kick this year with a channel update because I do have updates for you guys. I have a lot of news coming up, a lot of brand new projects. So, stay tuned and relax because this is probably going to be, a long rambling video. So where to start? Let's go all the way back to the beginning, 2017. Almost 5 years ago, actually it's going to turn 5 years late this month, January. My channel is going to turn 5 years old. That is right, I started to make YouTube videos 5 years ago. The reason why I started making YouTube videos back then in 2017, it's still the same reason why I still keep making videos. It's really because I love it. I've always enjoyed communicating, video editing, which is something that I've never done before, until I start the channel. And I've always said that if I was going to start or if I was going to make YouTube videos, it had to be a gaming channel. And that's exactly what I did. I already had the Retro Raider name, so I thought, well, let's do it. And the goal here was never to become, a YouTuber. I mean, I'm a YouTuber in the sense that I make videos on YouTube, but that's pretty much it. Because even back then, even in 2017, it was already too late, so to speak, if you are going to start, a brand here on YouTube. Because, this is a very, very saturated platform, especially if you're making gaming content, even within a niche of retro gaming. But again, that was not really the goal. The goal was, for me to feel active within the gaming community. It was really for me to have a hobby, a different hobby, from the other hobbies that I have or that I had back then. And yeah, so I started my journey here on YouTube, and it has been a blast so far. I feel very privileged for everything that I've accomplished here on the platform. My channel is almost 5,000 subscribers, which is crazy for me. I met a lot of great people. I've made friends for life. I did, partnerships. I've talked, with people within the gaming market, the gaming industry. I reviewed a lot of games, a lot of consoles. I've participated in a lot of gaming events, panels, podcasts, you name it, and also the Advanced channel, the Retro Gamers TV show in which I'm a part of. So YouTube really opened a lot of doors for me, and it provided me a lot of great opportunities, and I really don't take anything for granted. Now, aside from that, aside from gaming, YouTube, video editing or content creation, I've always been, a very creative person. It's really my thing here. I literally go crazy if I'm not, doing something, if I'm not writing or, playing my guitar or, making videos, you name it. But what you see here is just a small part of everything that I am, of everything that I'm passionate for. Even though gaming is something that has been with me since I was 5 years old, I'm going to turn 34 this year. I love video games more and more, and I think that it is definitely something that is going to stick with me until the day I die. So what is the next step for me, or the next steps? What are my goals? What do I want to accomplish? And what is the focus of the channel at this moment? Well, again, my goals are not to become, a big YouTuber or influencer or anything like that. What I want to do is to start other projects outside of YouTube. Within gaming, yes, but not just related to YouTube. Does that mean that I'm going to end the channel? No, nothing like that. As a matter of fact, I've put out, a brand new intro. I changed the logo. I'm working on the channel. However, the channel will no longer be my main focus when it comes to making content about video games. So keeping this train of thought, again, YouTube really opened a lot of doors for me. I think that maybe take this as an advice if you're planning in making a brand new YouTube channel in 2022. Use this platform, use your channels, and it doesn't matter what content are you jumping in. Use this platform as a gateway for other projects. Use this as a frame, as a display, because again, it's going to be almost impossible for you to become, successful on YouTube. There's just a crazy amount of content out there. It is just a very, very saturated market. However, if you're good enough, if you're clever enough, if you know how to connect with people, and if you're interested, in other side activities outside of YouTube, this might be a very good platform, again, to open new opportunities for you. And yeah, new opportunities came to me, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I have a couple of announcements to make, a couple of projects that I'm going to start. A couple of them I already started. So here's the first one, music. And yeah, these are no news if you follow my channel, but for those of you that haven't been with me since the beginning, or if you're just tuning in, music is really my background. I started to play guitar when I was 14 years old. Then I moved on, to keyboards, synthesizers, and I also know how to program in MIDI. I'm a big fan, of rock music, heavy metal, and also electronic music. Eventually, when I hit my 20s, I studied music production, sound engineering, and music composition. That is really my academic background, if you will. I've always played in bands since I was a kid. I've played in a Celtic band, I've played in a cover band, and I also played on a heavy metal band. It was my band for 9 years, called Subliminal Legacy. I was the singer, I was one of the songwriters, and I also did all of the electronic and orchestration programming. However, I did quit my band back in 2018 because what I realized was that I still love music. I'm a huge fan of music, and I'm passionate about songwriting and music production. But performing was not for me anymore. And I did play a couple of shows. I did a lot of things. I accomplished a lot of things with Subliminal Legacy. We've always an underground band here in Portugal, but we managed to play outside. We actually played a gig in Germany, recorded an album. We had a music video going on. We did touring, and then I quit. Keeps the story short. Yeah, performing was not for me anymore. I'm not a performer. I am not a live musician. I am a studio rat, that's what I am, and a songwriter. And again, if you follow my channel, in the past I've put a couple of music content here on YouTube. I did a couple of music covers, I mixed heavy metal with cheap tunes and electronic music. I covered the Tetris theme, the Man with the Machine Gun from Final Fantasy VIII. I also did a Yuzo Koshiro cover of the Streets of Rage soundtrack, and I also did an original music on a AMV that I did of Kingdom Hearts. And I really miss that, because it has been a while since I wrote music. I still play guitar and keyboards on a regular basis. I'm always learning new songs. I don't practice the technical part anymore, but I do play my guitar, not every day, but every week at least. But it has been a while since I've actually written music, and I'm starting to feel that, and it's something that I really need to do, because it's part of me. So I definitely want to go back to songwriting. So what does this mean for the channel? Well, maybe I'm going to start bringing more music videos. Maybe I'll start exploring, video game soundtracks, because that's something that I've always wanted to do. And actually, during the past year, I've made a lot of great contacts within the gaming industry, both here in Portugal and especially outside of Portugal. I've met, a lot of game developers, and it's something that I've always wanted to try. So that is the number one goal for 2022. Getting back to music. At least produce one music for the year. I will be I will feel very accomplished with that because I'm a little bit rusty. Not on the playing side, but definitely on the songwriting side of things. So yeah, music is one of the goals for me in 2022. The second one, and you guys are probably going to laugh at me, game development. That is right, game development. It sounds crazy, and it is, but here's why. I have a lot of friends that are, computer geniuses. I know a lot of, computer engineers. I have a lot of friends that are really good in coding, and I've been teased for a while, for a very long time now, even before I started making YouTube videos, that I should try game dev, because I've always thought that in order for you to be a game developer, it was all about, coding and programming. And actually, coding is just one part of the whole gaming development. There's a lot of things. There's music, of course. There's actually the actual development of the game, designing a game. There's, of course, the art, the writing. There's a lot of things that are part of this huge equation that is to build or to make a video game. Last year's on Black Friday, I actually bought a couple of game engines on Steam. They were with 70% discount, so these were quite pricey. I also bought a couple of plugins, so in total it was like 200 euros, something like that. I bought them for 80. So I've been exploring that. I've been reading a lot. I've been taking a couple of online courses about game development. And I've also been practicing pixel art on the side. So does that mean that I have the goal in making a video game this year or anytime soon? No, nothing like that. What I'm trying to say is that I really want to explore more this side of gaming, which is game development, making video games. So I will keep studying it, and I will keep you guys updated. Maybe if I'm comfortable enough and I'm still very green at it, maybe I'll be making a couple of pixel art videos or show you guys my work. Again, I'm still very green, but I'm loving pixel art. So yeah, that's another thing that I have on the side. Now the last thing, and yeah, this is also going to sound crazy, but it is legit. It's not something that just happened overnight. This is something that has been on the table for almost 1 year. Here's the deal. I am writing a book. Yeah, I'm writing a book. I'm not kidding. And it is legit. So what happened was, again, this was in March last year, and I'm not going to reveal a lot of it because I'm planning a future video just to talk about my upcoming book. And yeah, I'm going to release a book this year. It's crazy, but it is what it is. So what happened was last year in March, around March, I believe, I was approached by a publisher, a Portuguese publisher called Velha Lenda. And Raquel Vicente from Velha Lenda, she proposed me this challenge. What are my thoughts about writing a book about video games? We discussed the idea, and the original idea was kind of ditched because it was a little bit overwhelming in the sense that I am not knowledgeable enough in writing a book regarding to the history of video games here in Portugal, and that's also that it has already been done because I'm not an expert. I'm not an expert on anything. I'm just a guy that likes to collect, play, and talk about video games. So the idea that I presented was for me to write about my own experiences with video games. So it's going to be a book, without revealing that much, it's going to be a book about my chronicles, if you will, as a video gamer. I'm going to cover a lot of stories from my childhood and also my teenage days, and I'm also going to try the best as I can to contextualize the games that I've played back then and what those games meant back then and what they mean now. And I've teased about this on the channel, and only a handful of people know about this, that I'm writing a book. But the reason why I didn't say anything was that, I have the contract. I already have the contract for the book. But last year was really, really chaotic for me in many, many different levels. So I spoke to the publisher, and it was really impossible for me to focus on the book last year. But now I do have the time and I do have the energy to make it, and above all, I do want to make this because, again, it's something that I've always wanted to do. I love writing. And I've written a couple of things. I've written a couple, of short stories within the horror and fantasy theme. And of course that I've wrote, a lot of lyrics, music lyrics. And by any means, I'm not a writer. I am not a writer here, guys. I'm just, a content creator that was given the challenge to write a book. And I have nothing but respect for writers. Again, I tried to write in the past, short stories. I tried to write fantasy, but it is tough. It is a tough gig. But this book, taking into account that it's going to be, a book about my memories, I feel much more comfortable. So, yeah, I think that it's going to be fun. So that's pretty much it, guys. And about the channel is not going anywhere. I will still keep making YouTube videos. The thing is that I'm really not going to compromise with the channel. I'm really not. I'm not going to have a schedule. I'm not going to plan videos. I'm going to release videos when it makes sense for me to release them. But trust me, I still have a ton of content that I want to bring here to the channel. I have a lot of, Mighty Max Toys videos planned for a while now, and I'm planning to bring them all this year to the channel. I have, of course, I've been working with a lot of great indie developers that have been providing me with review codes, especially for the Nintendo Switch. So I have a lot of Nintendo Switch content coming up. I also have a couple of unboxings of collector's editions, and I'm also going to keep my regular segments, video games that I've been playing, video game memories, pickup videos, because I love doing those. And last note before I end up this video, I want to thank you all for your amazing support, because without you guys on that side watching my content, this will be just empty like it is right now, because it's crazy, because you guys are watching me on your screen, on your television, cell phone, PC, you name it. But the truth is that right now, at this moment, I am alone, my place, my gaming room, speaking to a camera, microphone here, and it is what it is. So I'm making the content, but you guys are giving it a purpose. So once again, for all of that, I want to thank you so much for your amazing support. One quick last note and request before I end up the video. I'm going to start making more content for other platforms outside of YouTube. So please, if you don't, guys, please follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. I am not the best at promoting myself, but this year I'm definitely going to focus a lot more on those platforms. So links down below, guys. So that was the video, and let me know about you guys. Let me know down below, what are your plans for 2022? Once again, don't forget, guys, if you have the extra time, feel free to follow me on the other social media, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Links down below. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves, take care of the gaming community, and game a lot. Happy New Year, everyone.